Good morning and welcome to Wednesday morning devotions. The readings that we will be talking about today are for Sunday, August 29th, and it's Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 1 through 2 and 6 through 9, James chapter 1, verses 17 through 27, and Mark chapter 7, verses 1 through 8, 14 through 15, and 21 through 23. And so we will start with you guys. And what did you find interesting in this week's readings?
I guess I will start. Wisdom. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. With your words, with your actions, with your emotions. I think, and Psalm 15 is also coming up this Sunday. And I just thought all of them had really great one-liner scriptures that we've heard so often over the years. And one verse from Deuteronomy, verse 9, that I thought was really important, and it kind of covers all four, is verse 9, take care and keep your soul diligently. And that word diligently, I think, is so important. Watching what you're putting in your eyes and your ears, because what you put in tends to come out, and sometimes not in great ways if you're not really being careful. And I think that wisdom comes from being really careful with what you say and what you do, and especially in response to what someone else says and does.
Yeah, and for me, I think that, as you share that, I read these words and it says, this is Psalm 15 too, Lord, who may dwell in your tabernacle, those who lead a blameless life and do what is right. And I said, uh-oh. And so I think that there are also, try as I might, I will fail. And so that forgiveness that I need to give myself as well as others, because others will fail too. And but that doesn't give us permission to quit trying. It's like saying, okay, I'm a toddler and I tried to walk, well, I can't do it, so I give up, and I think that we have to keep trying, and that we learn by trying, and we learn by doing, and we just keep getting more knowledge and more wisdom when we don't give up. But we also need to be forgiven.
Kind of like using that we're all sinners as an excuse is not okay. Yes, we are, but that doesn't give us permission to just continue to do that. We still should strive to be better.
Yes. Well, and I thought it was interesting in the gospel reading. Basically what's happening is Jesus is rejecting the Pharisaic interpretation of the law. They wanted everybody to do religion the way they thought it should be done. And what the Pharisees either knew or didn't know, what they were asking of the peasants and the farmers and the fishermen, what they were asking from them was basically impossible. They couldn't do religion the way the Pharisees wanted. And so I think of ourselves too, that, as we're doing our best to be the people God wants us to be, how do we, again, continue to be gracious without, imposing on others the way I see the world?
And I looked at it like the knowledge and the wisdom. It's two different things. Knowledge, we know what the rules are. We know, we know we're supposed to hold our tongue. We know we're supposed to keep our temper. We know, the Pharisees knew that they were supposed to wash their hands before they ate. But then it's the wisdom of how do you apply that the way that God wants you to. And that it really is more about who you are in your heart and what comes out of your heart than what the rules are. And I'm not saying we should throw out the rules, but sometimes you have to look at.
Well, I think it's the interpretation of it. It's not the rule that's wrong, it's the interpretation or the rigid adherence to my interpretation of that rule.
And when you think about Jesus, he healed on the Sabbath, so yes, there was a Sabbath rule, but doesn't caring for someone and having compassion and loving someone override that?
Yes.
Or that is keeping the Sabbath.
Oh,
That is
Yeah.
fulfilling the law. You know, but they didn't, the people who had that other view of the law didn't realize that.
And I liked the verse, this people honors me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. And sometimes, you know, you look in the mirror and of course, physically, I never see what I want to see. You see what your mind sees and not, you know, but spiritually, you know, look in the mirror and what does my heart say? What does my heart do? What are my actions? And they speak a lot louder than my words. So I think that's, do I know the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Do I do what I know God's saying is right?
Well, and I think you're right. I think we know what God wants. We know. We just may not choose to pay attention.
or we're so unpracticed with holding our tongue that we need to do more of practice.
Yeah, well, and that's where that James thing, you know, be everyone quick to listen, slow to
Yeah.
speak, slow to anger. I need somebody to tell me that every day. You know?
Yeah. Listening is hard.
It's very hard, especially when somebody's saying something that you don't really want to hear. It's hard to hold your tongue.
It's worse when it's something that you think is completely wrong.
Yes. But that's where the wisdom comes in.
Yes.
Hold my tongue because it will be taken care of,
Yes.
even if I don't say anything sometimes.
I know in one of the commentaries I found it interesting that the commentator said that really he felt that Jesus was really criticizing the people here. You know, it's not about how or what they're eating, but the internal corruption of those people. And so he was really kind of scolding, you know, which I think he does sometimes.
Yes, he does.
And but that really, you know, the big picture too that we need to always remember is that even when Jesus does that, we have God's love and His mercy, and that He gave Jesus to us to break all of our broken, you know, to help all of our brokenness, and that no matter how broken we are and how many actions that we do that maybe aren't good, or the words that we let slip out we should have just kept silent, that, you know, that we're forgiven each and every time.
And I think when Jesus does that scolding, I don't think it's a how dare you and what a horrible person you are, and it's always because Jesus is trying to show us there's a better way. You know, there's truly a better way to be with each other and to be with yourself, and he just keeps saying, hey guys, open your eyes.
Yeah.
There's another way.
Well, that will conclude our devotional talk for this morning. We hope that you have enjoyed it and it has prompted you to join us live on Sunday for our Sunday service at 9 o'clock. If you have any questions or you'd like to join us, please give us a call or an email, and we'd love to hear from you. And until then, we hope you have a great week.